Welcome to the Soul Talks with Misha, the podcast about transformation and spirituality in modern life. And today I'm really blessed to have here with me Yami from Sound Healing by Yami. And Yami is a energy healer, sound healer, and also sacred space holder based in Prague with tons of experience. So welcome, Yami.
Thank you, Misha, for inviting me, and welcome.
Yes. Would you like to add something to the introduction?
Just as you said, I'm a sound healer and energy healer, sacred space holder, and I just guide my clients to their journey of transformation.
So I'm so happy you're here. And when I was thinking about what we should discuss today, I just realized that your claim is that sound healing is not only work or part of your life, but it's a way of living. It's your lifestyle. So how can we actually imagine that? What does it mean that you're healing, playing sound all the time, or
No, it's not actually only about playing. It's about the energy, how we feel inside, uh, what it shows out, and what the other people can see. So for me, it's to find balance, harmony in my life, to listen to my needs, to practice self-love, also exercise, and all together it's like the way of the lifestyle, basically. Plus, of course, I love playing my instruments, almost the most first the box.
Yes, I think that's what we have in common. And I was also learning from you how to play the crystal balls and how to use them for the healing purposes. And I remember because when I first met you, and actually every time I see you, I am just so impressed by your energy. And also, I love your style, honestly, but also how you look like. and, and because we discussed that, and I asked you, how do you do that? That you look so pretty. And it's not about pretty or not pretty, but it's really like your skin is shining, your hair is shining, it's just wonderful. And so I asked you, and I think the answer is the vibration, right? Or the energy.
The energy and vibration for sure, because also the healing energy, they lower cortisol level. They promote blood circulation, so then the blood is more, there's like more oxygen. It also helps to have like nice skin. When you are calm and you are in your inner balance, it also shows up because you feel good, and I think other people can see it as well. And I'm definitely convinced it's because of like being constantly in my healing vibration and energy.
Yeah.
So good tip for women.
Yes, totally. And also, I think it's connected to self love because you at the beginning said you also practice a lot of self love through your way of living. And I believe if we really love ourselves, then everyone else can see it, as you said. So,
Sure. And it's very important because nowadays, we are like massaged by social medias from here and there, and we should be skinnier and taller and have longer hair and, and eyelashes. And it's very difficult, I think, especially for young children, because us, we know that this is not the real work life, and this is just something, like before and after these pictures on Instagram. But I think it's big problem for young children now, actually. So practicing self-love, it's not about being pretty, or it's just the way how you feel. And, of course, you don't look pretty like that every day. You wake up, maybe you don't feel good, but it's just accept yourself as you are. And even, if you don't feel your best that day, it's also part of the life. Not every day is like walking on red carpet.
yes, that is so true. And that makes me also think about especially for us women going through the cycles and with aging, we constantly change. It's like there is no day the same like the previous day.
Okay, you have the answer.
So this is also a topic where I believe that the young women, or actually maybe all of us, should learn more about and remind it to ourselves that one day we look like this, another day we look like this, but it's all about our inner part as well, not just the perfect skin or eyelashes, as you said.
Sure. Also, I think important is to have something what you really like, is exercise or is it some hobby, because it also gives you like purpose and something to do and to be like about, you feel like, oh my god, this is good, I'm gonna go and exercise today, and then you feel good as well.
Hmm. And Yemi, you talked about purpose now, and I love to talk about soul's purpose and in general, what is it that we do here on this planet, and especially if we have 9 to 5 job and we are making decision to maybe go another journey, another direction, which I believe you had that decision point in your life. I had it, and so many of people around us. So, what was the moment in your life when you knew that okay, this is the right direction, that that's the energy and vibration world, and this really self-love approach which you just talked about, that's the right way to go for you and not the others?
It was actually before I used to work in the corporate world, and I had that job in export import department, and all my energy was like masculine. There was no feminine energy at all. I was working with the men most of times, and I had to compete with them to keep my job basically. And my daughter was that time 5, turning 6, and she should go to the first grade school from the kindergarten. And I turned 40. And I was thinking, oh my God, I'm single. I'm just running around. I don't know why. For someone's dream. And my daughter is first in the kindergarten, last in the kindergarten. And I don't see her. And what's the point actually doing this? I was thinking, if I will continue like that, this will be my life. This marathon of some hamster wheel where I will just run for something, I don't know even what, and not to be present, not to live the life I would want, and my daughter deserves. And then there was the point that I was thinking, I have to change it. I have to change it. So I just decided to quit my job. I learned Thai. And after that, 6 months, I went to Thailand. Basically, I left with my daughter, with my suitcase, and we went to Asia. And there, when I was ready mentally, I met my teacher and mentor, and introduced me this beautiful art of sound healing and Tibetan balls, crystal singing balls, yoga. So it was amazing. And as you say, when you're ready, the teacher comes. It just came like that.
Yes, that's so true with the divine timing. And when the student is ready, the teacher appears. I think that was a bit similar with what happened with myself and you as the teacher, because I had a long story with sound healing as well, but more as how it impacted me when I was a client of other sound healers. And yes, a no and intense relationship to sound healing. And then I just remember one day I just woke up and I put on my vision or on my to-do list, like I will learn to do sound healing like this year or later. And then everything went so fast. And a friend of mine 1 week later gave me your contact. And then I thought, okay, it will take half a year to get the spot with you. And And then, it was by coincidence that you were available to teach me right ahead. And I would never expect that. So it's so true. We just have to trust and not push.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not push because everything was yours. It will come. And time, yeah, it's divine timing. It comes just in the right time for you.
Yeah, that's also what I believe is a part of the feminine energy. You were talking about how you were running on the masculine energy in your corporate job back then, and maybe you were losing connection to your feminine part. And I think that nowadays we both, I dare to say that nowadays we both live in balance of both masculine and feminine, but are driven by the feminine as it should be. And so, do you think this is also a topic where the world can still learn to act more from feminine?
I think so because I think a lot of women were pushed into masculine energy to survive. Basically to keep their jobs or just to even survive in this world. But a lot of things changed since I left to Asia. And I can see it and thank God for that. And now it's different. A lot of women actually starting to find their feminine energy and they started to live like their lives and they start to find their purpose in life. And it's not only a job like what they have to do, they are more to work like for themselves. And I think it's really good. I think that women should be also balanced and to live in her feminine energy, but not forget her masculine energy with push her a little bit further. But to have both energies in well.
I love that you're mentioning it because that's what I see also sometimes, that there are extremes, either running from one or the other energy. But it's so important to combine it because it's great to surrender. It's great to act from intuition, but actually act as well. Do something, not just sit in the meditation the whole day, right? So
That's why people always think I do my sound healing and then at home I'm sitting in my asanas, I'm practicing yoga. But no, I go to CrossFit because I need something more dynamic. I need some exercise a little bit different than what I'm because otherwise I would fly all the time somewhere. And I have to curl ground or so.
And so, apart from CrossFit and action, do you also use food for grounding, or how do you play with that as well? Because that's also a big topic in the spiritual community. And I mean, again, for in general, for us women, we often think about what you eat or not. So, what is your approach?
It's actually very interesting because once you start to live like you listen yourself more and your vibrations are higher and you do more things for yourself. For me, it started that I stopped eating meat. Somehow my body wanted to be cleaner and I didn't do anything. I wasn't like, okay, so from tomorrow I will not eat meat anymore. No, it just came like this and it just happened. I never wanted to eat meat anymore. So for 12 years now, I'm vegetarian. And I love clean food, simple food. I love fruit. So sure, I'm sure that it also depends what you put in, and it goes out. Sure.
Yes. Yes, that's true.
With silk is the same. How is it for you? Do you find the same?
I actually, yeah. So since working with energy, I also listen to my body way more and eat way more intuitively than before. But I have to say that I keep eating meat and other like eggs and milk and so other products like that. But the reason for it is that I just feel good sometimes to eat that. I don't eat it as much as I used to. But I believe for me to ground, it's really good. So when I'm like too much somewhere in the universe and too much meditating, working with energy, working with clients, if I have several hours of such work, then I really need to ground myself. Yeah.
And
So thank you for asking.
do you also use like crystals or something for grounding?
I love that question. Actually, I never really thought about using them for grounding. I use them for energy work and for more the spiritual part rather than grounding. So rather the other way around. How do you use crystals for grounding if you do?
I use hematite. I really feel that I'm out there a little bit. I use hematite, and I also use Tibetan balls for love the frequency. Yeah, but hematite mainly.
I will put it on my list.
Like the feet, and then just if I lie down, I put that there, and yeah.
Oh, that's a beautiful practice. And so, when talking about energy work and grounding, and when we have a look at the clients of yours who are coming to you mainly, what is the main topic you're helping with, or you like to focus on when working with the clients?
I would say stress and then like health issues, but it's connected to stress anyway, all these health issues. And it's more that people cannot like stop thinking. They can't just relax and let the thoughts go. So that's the main thing that they come here. Depression, yeah, as well. I think the most stress. It's
I think for me, it's similar when you said that people cannot stop thinking. That's often the feedback I get, especially after the sound healing, that they finally could stop thinking.
and yeah, let the mind rest. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's unbelievable that because they often mention that they tried other techniques and they didn't work. But especially with the sound healing, they confirm it's like they have no escape. They have to pause the mind. Yeah.
It's working. Exactly. Same. I have same feedback that even like the managers, they say, "Oh, I didn't really believe in it because my mind always somewhere, million tasks to do." And after the sound healing, they're like, "I just slept, or I didn't think about anything. It was so good." Because they always say that they can't meditate. I don't know how to meditate. I can't meditate.
Yeah.
But the instruments just takes you there.
I also think that the meditation, when you said that many people think that they cannot meditate, it's also a bit, yeah, all the information about meditation, and it's sometimes seen as so that you have to be a monk sitting in the, in the mountain somewhere in Tibet, hours silent. While meditation can be also just walking in the nature, mindfully connect to the nature, or running, right? Or doing a certain sport where the mind actually turns off. So I think that's also something where maybe we can educate a bit more on this topic.
Yeah. Especially when you go to the nature and you listen just the birds or just the wind. It's really very calming. If you can, in the present moment, and really concentrate just what you hear, it's amazing actually. What you hear suddenly. Oh, I hear these trees, the leaves moving, and I hear some animals, birds. It's really great. Even water, right? I love just hearing the streams and
Yes, that's true. And I remember when I was taking classes with you that you also showed me that we can hear, well, sometimes and sometimes with some machines, that we can hear even the mushrooms, that they make a beautiful sound and music and noise. It's just so awesome.
Awesome. They make concerts like this, you know, with mushrooms and keys. Yeah, and it's beautiful. Just the music, cicadas. Even if you listen in the summer, cicadas. Yeah, right. It's awesome. It's like concert. That's like
Yeah, that's so true. So, what would you recommend then to those who, cannot stop thinking and they are too much stress apart from healing sound or going to the nature? Would you recommend to practice certain meditation or go to certain sessions regularly? Or would you rather say that once is enough and then everything is solved?
no. I think the problem nowadays is that not that people cannot meditate or they can't let go because they eat, but they think about what they will do after eating. They walk even in the nature, but they don't listen to the birds and nature. They think, oh, when I come home, I have to cook dinner. So the most important thing is, I think, to learn to be present in that moment, now, right now. So if you eat, you eat. If you walk, you walk. Or if you cook, you cook. And even you can meditate even if you're cooking. Because if somebody likes it, it's like meditation for them, right?
Yeah. 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 So basically, the advice is to be present.
To be way more.
Yes.
Uh, if people can and have time, then it's great if they can meditate just few minutes before or few minutes after they wake up. It doesn't have to be like a practice there. It's just to think that, oh, that's great that I woke up today and I'm so grateful, that I'm healthy and I have a job and I have just things like to be grateful, to practice to be grateful as well. Because then more can come to you.
Yes, that's so awesome. I am so aligned with what you say because, like, when we think of being present in the now and not constantly thinking about the past and overthinking the future, but when we are really, really now, here, and then feeling gratitude, that's also the spot from where we can actually create the most. And when we think of manifestation and really creating our lives and creating our dreams, that's coming from that moment, from the present and gratitude. Not thinking about tomorrow when not being grateful for what we have today and being grateful about the abundance which we all have. We all have something, right? Yeah.
To be grateful for.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And it doesn't have to be big things, as often people think. It's really about noticing and mindfully realizing what is it that I already have. It can be fruits. If you love fruits, then it can be, oh, I can eat fruits today. Now, calmly, I have 5 minutes to eat it slowly without rush. And that's already a lot.
Sure, because then from small things, the bigger can come. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always like this. People have to, start to learn to be grateful for what they got.
That's amazing. I'm thinking what to add on that, but I feel like feeling grateful is a great message for our listeners, just to leave them with it, and maybe after this podcast, they can take 5 minutes and take a paper and write down everything what they are grateful for and really realizing that there is a lot.
Sure, or just like a little practice, What was my highlights today?
Yeah.
Like every day, you should find some highlights.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be big, as you said. It can be with coffee. It can be that my friend died of an and for a school community, things like that. But just I practice that every day. What what was my highlight or what I'm grateful for.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, me too. And so I practice that for daily highlights. But what I also do last year and a half at the end of every month, I just sit down and go through the month, and I love it because sometimes, as we discussed at the beginning, sometimes there are days when I think, okay, I don't look good. Like everything is so bad in my life. It's not, but sometimes we all have those days. And then when I read this month summary and I realize the whole progress I've done, and, I even write there, as you said, meeting my friends, having good food. I can tell you, I'm always amazed. When I look at the end of the month and my list, I'm usually in a,
And then people realize how much working I think it's normal, like because you do it all the time. But then when you summarize, I think you bring it together that it's really quite a lot. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So, Yami, with that, I think we're getting to the end of our talk today. Is there any message, last message, what would you like to spread out to the world and you think that everyone should hear?
I would say maybe change your energy and you will change your life.
I love that. Yes, yes, do that. That's so beautiful. And how? How they can change the energy?
How you can change the energy? You can go to jazz or mind sound healing. And you can immediately change your energy, and it's easy and quick. You will have high vibration and high energy. You can also change your energy by what you eat, by people you meet, how you approach your life. And it's all about choices, and we make these choices. So it's not so difficult. We start small and then we go together.
Uh-huh. Yes. And we are responsible for all our life and our choices. And so you mentioned that our listeners are welcome to your and my sessions. So people can find you on Instagram, website, myself as well. We will add the links to the comments under the video, under the podcast. So everyone can find us and ask for more advice if needed. So thank you so much, Yami, for today. And
Thank you for inviting me.
it was amazing to talk to you. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye. So bye.